The campaign, has been absolutely relentless, and as I said, I'm absolutely full of admiration for what you've done over the years to keep Georgina's name in the spotlight. I remember once actually where you scaled the walls surrounding Teville Gate building site in Worthing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but witnesses reported seeing two men with Georgina near the site, sort of on the evening that she went missing. I think we actually have a clip of that. Jamil, would you mind playing that quickly?
Sussex Police and Worthing Borough Council. Who said nobody could get in here? I've just climbed over this fence. And
be careful.
If I can climb over here, who else can get over here? I've climbed over in 1 minute. That's how long it took me to get in here. How long could it take anybody else to get in here? We want answers now, Worthing Borough Council and Sussex Police. This isn't good enough. I want to find out where my daughter is, and I'm not getting any answers, and I want some answers right now.
So obviously that was a long time ago now, but just for the viewers who are watching along and watching that for the first time, just give a bit of background, a bit of context as to what was happening there.
I mean, a while before that, the Teville Gate demolition sites had been carried out, and I kept getting messages from people saying, Georgina went missing the same week as the demolition. The car park was being demolished and the Teville Gate. And I remember one weekend, I was getting quite a constant sort of flurry of these messages, and I don't think I slept all weekend in the end. I lay in bed there thinking it over and over and over, processing it, and emailing the team on the weekend at night saying, what has it been checked out? What about the safety aspects of it? Do they, when they go in each day to do some more work on it, do they then carry out a health and safety check to make sure nobody's in there? There's just these thoughts were just constantly going through my head all weekend. I don't think I slept, and obviously I didn't get a reply at the weekend, so I was like almost going crazy by Monday. I just wanted somebody to tell me what about it, and they got back to me and they just said, well, we've got no, there's no knowledge or intelligence that Georgina was seen there, so we can't just search it. And I said, well, Clifton Road is about 5 minutes along the road. She was seen there was a sighting there of her that night by a witness, and he said he'd seen her, and he actually knew Georgina, and that's how he identified her. And that's only it might not even be 5 minutes, the Teville Gate site. So at that time, I just wanted the police to search it, do a search, just to rule it out, for me, to give me peace of mind, because at the time there was actually buildings due to be carried out there. We did, me and a friend did actually get in contact with Mosaic, the landowners and the development, and asked about searching and things, and they said they were happy to go along with anything as long as the police did it and things like this. But the police at the time said no. Although at Andy Woolston home, when he took over, he did say he looked down some drains and things like that, but that wasn't really the search. I just meant, can you get some dogs in there just to give me a peace of mind? Because I thought I was horrified at the thought to think that if a complex would have been built there, and say something had happened to Georgina there, and that complex, there was never ever going that they wasn't going to knock it down afterwards too if they had more evidence. So we never got a search like that. But Andy said he'd looked down drains and things like that, and there were some underground tanks that they put a camera down, and that was it. I did speak to several people off the building site. They contacted me and they said, if it's more any reassurance to you, I've worked there and I can tell you that, the lorries that come and go, they're all loaded up and they're sort of weighed really, and they go off, they're sort of sold off to different areas, different places. So, I'm sure we would have seen a body or body parts or whatever on there. He said, I can practically guarantee, this one guy said to me that, I've worked on there. And it was a bit reassuring, but I just wanted them to do that as a dog search or something, just to give me that peace of mind. And, I was very frustrated at the time. Why can't you do that? I was willing to, we contacted dog handlers ourselves to ask if they would, could possibly do it. And none of them would really do it, anything. They wanted to contact the police and find out. When the police sort of said there was no evidence that she'd been there, nobody wanted to really help. The reason why I climbed that gate at Teville Gate was because I was told that it's very secure there. There's, security at night and during the day, constant surveillance. And there was quite a big gap in the wall as well, which I didn't find till after I climbed. So one day I was postering around there. I was with my friend and she said, "Why don't you climb? We'll do a video." And I was like, "Well, I've got to be on a night shift soon." And, and I thought, what if I get arrested? And, and I'm not going to turn up for my night duty. But I just it was about 6 p.m. and I sort of did it. And it was quite easy for me to get over, but getting out was harder. Getting out was harder. But when we walked around the corner, there was a hole in the fence round there, and it was just to prove really that it wasn't as secure as they said, and that I could get over at my age. I climbed over there. That was making my point, about the security of it.